This is the Collinwood Freight Yard in Cleveland, Ohio. Todd Waters, photographer Mike Mombre Jr. and I have just climbed off a westbound freight after a 5-hour ride from Buffalo. We hopped the freight to learn firsthand what it's like for thousands of homeless Americans who, for the first time since the Great Depression, have gone back to riding the rails in search of work and a future. Our trip began in the Conrail Frontier Yard on Broadway. When this piggyback train pulled in, we waited for a crew change. When no one was looking, the three of us scrambled onto the last of the 5 engines and hid in the bathroom for more than an hour. Hiding in the cramped, dark room was both unnerving and terribly hot. Finally, after several delays, the train began moving west through downtown and then out along the lake. Several times during the trip, we had to duck out of sight to avoid being detected. TODD WATERS is an advertising agency vice president in Minneapolis. He's out riding the nation's rails this summer to dramatize the plight of the homeless. Normally, he rides on a flat car under one of the piggyback trailers, but because there were 3 of us and the camera gear, we decided to take our chances in the engine.
My years of riding, I've run across a lot of people that are so desperate and so hungry and so uncomfortable with their life, and it just seems like in the richest nation in the world that people shouldn't have to struggle like that. I mean, people shouldn't be dying. They're out riding the freights really for the first time in 50 years, and the reason for it is because we're stuck with cuts in social programs. You know, we've got 25% decrease in food stamps they're talking about now. We've had a lot of our cheese allocations taken away.
What does your wife think about all this?
Oh, she's very supportive. My wife, Dory, knew that I was riding freights and that I was vagabonding well before I met her, and I guess that she has always accepted that. And she's very supportive of it. Of course, I'm sure that she misses me. I miss her a great deal.
It's a family that keeps Thomas Francis from going back out on the freights. He rode the rails for more than 40 years.
They were women in boxcars with children riding. I rode on top of a boxcar where I had to fasten my belt to keep them falling off. And we get in the refrigerator cars and go to sleep. And I believe it's getting depression now just like it was during depression, because there's so many men out of work, so many men are starving, no food, no clothes, no shelter. But they waste a lot of money, people does, that can help people.
Americans are good-hearted, just as much as they were in the 1930s depression, and they're going to help. I'm just convinced of that. And we're going to help these people survive this.
When we last saw TODD Waters, he was westbound on the Penny Route, and it was thumbs up. In Cleveland, I'm Waddy Salabini, News 4 Update.